So, me and Cece were still cool. I mean, we was rocking, okay? Shit was going smooth. I'm like, okay, I don't got to deal with you talking shit or having to worry about this. Because she came back like, Nina, I'm just on some grown woman shit. I understand what you was saying, my bad, da-da-da-da. And we were good. So I thought, right? So, in between the time of us when we fell out, I had started my company. So I had been going to vending events and stuff. So I invited her out to a vending event that I was actually performing at as well. And so I actually had another homegirl with me as well. And I don't know what the fuck we're going to call her, but just the other homegirl, because she's not really relevant to the story today. But I had her with me as well, and she was starting her company. So I was showing her the ropes and stuff. And thank you, laptop. And so Cece came out, and of course my sister was there because my sister worked up under me. And yes, I would pay her when she would come to the vending events, and I would feed her. So my sister was holding my table down. I'm making sure my homegirl good and bringing people to her table, showing them her products and stuff. Cece shows up. She shows up late, but the person let her in anyway, because when I say that event was packed, that event was packed. It was so bomb, y'all. It was good food, good desserts, good music. I mean, it was hella customers. So, Cece sitting there and she looking at me and she looking at my table and how I'm dealing with my customers and stuff. And then she looking at me promoting my homegirl and how I'm helping my homegirl get money. Because my homegirl had a line, okay? I was promoting it. My homegirl had a line. And so she was looking at that, and she was like, damn, I want to do what y'all do. And she was like, I want to be an entrepreneur. I don't want to be working for nobody for the rest of my life. So I had inspired her. And she told me that. Like, me and her had a conversation, actually, that December. And she was like, Nina, I always admire you because she was like, you always stayed on your hustle and your grind, and even though you had charges and you had to deal with this and you had to deal with that, like, you ain't let shit stop you. And she also told me that she admired me because she was like, you know how to be alone. Like, you're not the type of female that feel like you need a man, because she one of them type of females, and I'm glad she recognizes that about herself. And so I guess because she saw me doing my spiritual thing too, like, she even went natural once because, I got my afro. So, like, she was trying stuff I was trying because she loves me a lot, and she know I would never, like, steer her wrong or anything. So she would I wouldn't encourage her to or anything, but I would explain certain stuff to her, and she was like, oh, I want to try this. So, like, she wanted to try being an entrepreneur. She wanted to try, being spiritual. She wanted to try being natural, stuff like that. She wanted to try basically being a wholesome woman, because what she told me was she admires that I'm able to be alone, and I don't feel like I need a man or gotta have a man up under me, because, like I told y'all, I've only had sex with technically 6.5 people. The half is fellatio, mind yours, okay? But they are spread out. We talking about from the age of 18 to 30. That's like, if you give it a ratio, that's one person every 2 years. Compared to people that we known in high school that was having sex with probably 10, 20 people before they even left out of high school. Before they even graduated. They already had like 20 bodies. So that's what she was saying she admired. And I also found out that she was like, I do these niggas like how they do me. So I had to get her to break that down to me. So what she was saying in short is she is a hoe. And remember I said I defended her in middle school? That's what I was defending her about. They were trying to say she was a hoe, and I'm like, nah, she not. So I'm like, all these years you had me looking so stupid because I was so naive, y'all. Y'all know I went through sexual trauma and stuff. So I didn't know nothing about sex and stuff. So, like, I was so naive. And in high school, I found out I was around a whole bunch of hoes and a whole bunch of no offense to nobody, but dykes. I mean, gay people, gay women. I'm sorry, I don't have the proper name right now. But, I mean, like, I was around a whole bunch of shit that I was not familiar with. And y'all know I have nothing against the LGBTQ community, but I'll tell y'all about high school later on and why that affected, okay, what I'm talking about. But I'm like, damn, you got me out here looking so stupid. So that conversation did have me looking at her sideways. Then, so she starts watching tarot readings on YouTube, because I did a tarot reading for her, and she was like, damn, that shit is true. And then I ended up doing another one. She was like, damn, that shit hidden too. And then I ended up doing one for her second baby daddy, because he didn't believe in it. And she was like, well, he ain't gonna say nothing, but I'm telling you, everything that you said about his reading was real. So then she started watching readings on YouTube because I told her, you know, you could do that. And she was like, no, I didn't know that. And so I don't know if she watched my videos or not. She probably do. Who cares? But I know she was watching other people's videos too, and she would tell me certain things like, oh my God, I was watching a reading and they said that, da da da. I was like, word. I'm like, okay, cool. So, like, we would talk about readings and stuff, too, but she wasn't really into it, y'all. She was one of the trendy people. Like I said, she wanted to try stuff because she saw me trying it and it looked cool, and I don't know. Okay? So, I ended up that February, me and my twin flame started talking. And she was like, oh my God, I was watching this video and they said that your soulmate would be coming in on Valentine's Day. Because that's when we started. That's when it started. Me and my twin flame. It was Valentine's Day. He slid in my inbox with his little slick ass fucking Sagittarius. Lord, got hella game. But so she was like, basically she wanted to meet him. And I'll tell y'all that part of the story later, okay? Because I am going to do another twin flame video. And I will tell y'all the details of all of that because it is a little juicy. But, we ended up going over her house because that's where we was kicking in. She had her dude over there. So we drinking, we smoking, we all getting to know each other. Talking about grown people shit, you know. And all I know is she went off to the kitchen. And I heard her talking shit about me to her boyfriend. And that's the first time I ever heard her talking shit about me. And I held that shit in for months, y'all. I didn't say nothing. Like, she came to my kickback because I was about to fly out to Cali. Shout out to San Jose, by the way. And so I had a kickback before I left. Like, I had a theme for the kickback and everything. The theme for the kickback was California Dreaming. So Twin Flame came over. She came over with her dude. And I had a few other people came over. It kind of was like a couple thing, damn near. But we had fun, y'all. I got lit. I got ripped. Oh my God. I was so lit. Got my ass whooped in spades that night. But like, we had a good time at the kickback. Her dude was talking to my twin flame. And I'm like, oh, okay, he getting some wisdom and stuff. And, you know, he was putting in a good word for me and stuff. And I'm thinking, you know, everything is cool, everything is kosher. But then shit start going left when I leave out of town. She start talking shit about my twin flame. Then it goes from just that one incident when she talking shit. So you already was talking shit about me. And it's the first time I ever heard it and caught it. And I'm already sitting on that. But you talking shit about the person that I love and I'm in love with. So you know that shit won't sit right with me. But then she comes back months later when I do get back in town and I'm still working. She talking shit about him again. And it's just some real sideways shit, y'all. Like, talking about how her dude ran into him and how they think he might be a little too feminine, the way that he dapped him up, and, like, just petty ass shit. I'm like, how the fuck you gonna say somebody gay off the way that they dapped you up? Like, he's just a different type of person. He's creative. He's not the average type dude, like, at all. Looking at him, you know he's not the average type dude. Like, gracious. Just, she was being mad judgmental, and that's when I realized, again, I need to cut her off. So I ended up having a conversation with her probably a couple months later after, like, I had my miscarriage and all that stuff I went through. Me and Twin Flame broke up. I'm like, look. And she didn't even know I wasn't even fucking with my twin flame no more. But I'm like, look, I'm not fucking with the way you was talking about him. She was like, really? You gonna stop fucking with me over a nigga? Da da da. I'm like, it ain't even over that. It's about what you're doing and how you're carrying shit and how you're acting. And that's the part that she did not get. And I really did hurt her feelings, y'all. I was nice, but I hurt her feelings because I didn't want to be her friend anymore. And that really crushed her. And I wasn't trying to do that. And I tend to do that when I cut people out of my life. So I ended up running into her some months later at the 7-Eleven by my house. And she's running towards me, smiling and screaming, oh, you gotta give me a hug. You gotta give me a hug. I missed you. And I'm thinking in my head like, yo, the last time we talked, I told you I'm good on you. Like, why are you running towards me? Do y'all know she hugged me and I had to push this woman off of me? And when I say, when I looked at her face, when she hugged me, I pushed off of me. I was like, nah, we ain't doing that. And I saw her face. She was so hurt. I felt bad. But I'm like, I have to protect myself. Because, like, we grown now. Like, this is the second time around we going back through this. Like, I'm not dealing with this. Not as no grown-ass woman. I'm definitely not. And I remember she left out of 7-Eleven. And I was sitting there talking to one of the workers. Because I knew all of them. And we was sitting there having a good conversation or whatever. And I remember she came back in. Well, she didn't come actually in the 7-Eleven, but she opened up the door. And she was like, Nina, and she was like, I don't know if you want to hear this or not. She was like, but I'm always going to love you. And I couldn't really hear what she was saying because it was a lot of traffic outside, and she won't really talking loud like how she normally do because her feelings was hurt. But I know she sat in the car for at least 2 minutes before she came back in there to tell me that. And basically what I gathered from what she was saying was that she cares about me regardless how I feel about her, and I'm always going to be her sis, and that she hope one day that we could work through this, and that she going to give me the space that I need. It's basically what I gathered from what I could hear. So that's the last time I saw her, y'all. Now that has been almost 3 years, about 2.5, almost 3 years. And she still likes my posts on Facebook because I deleted her off my Facebook. But my Facebook, let me not say that. But she still be liking my posts on Facebook. Lord, about to get myself in trouble, gracious. But I ended up talking to her a few months ago. I inboxed her because my mom told me, because she's still friends with my mom on Facebook, that she was pregnant again. And I'm like, damn, baby number 3, okay, you know? But okay. Because I'm like, I don't judge your situation, the dudes that you deal with. Because the dude that she was dealing with at the point in time when I was fucking with my twin flame, I had so much shit I could have said about him, the situation, and how everything he was doing was wrong. But I never did. I'm going to let you live your life and learn on your own. If you come to me for my advice, that's when I'm going to give you my opinion. But you ain't asking for my opinion, I'm going to shut the fuck up. Straight up. And that's what you got to do sometimes. So I'm assuming that's who she was pregnant by, though, y'all. And like, I remember I wished her congratulations, and she tried to invite me to her baby shower, and I was like, I don't know about coming to the baby shower, but we could have a conversation, though, you know, outside of the baby shower. And she inboxed me something, but that's when Facebook started the you can unsend the message thing, and I saw part of it before she unsent it. I saw, like, you know, the 1-2 lines they show you, and she was basically cussing me out. And when I went to go open up the message, they said she unsent it, which means she thought about it. So I blocked her back. I'm like, she pregnant and she heated right now. I ain't trying to be upsetting no pregnant woman. Like, that ain't what I'm about. So I just blocked her back. And she was still liking posts and stuff. And she still does to this day. But I hit up a few months ago, though. And I was like, look, it was before our birthday. I was like, let's have a conversation. And she was like, cool, when you want to have it. I said, let's try to have it before our birthday. That shit never happened. Gave me the runaround. Oh, my bad. My phone this. And oh, my bad. I had to handle that. Okay, cool. We ain't got to have a conversation. We ain't got to be friends. Because you under the assumption that I'm just going to brush shit up under the rug like before. And we going to be cool again. And shit going to go. But no, that shit ain't happening. We not doing that. We not doing that because y'all refuse to grow. I could forgive you. But if you refuse to grow, I'm not going to let you back in my life. I'm not ever going to forget shit. But I'm not going to let you back in my life. Okay? So, y'all, basically, this is a Sunday in Mimosa. I do forget Cece. I'm still working on Lily because, like, bitch, you was in my house, okay? You was in my house. Like, you taking money out of my pocket, food out of my house. Like, you taking resources from me and my family. You came at my fucking daughter, bitch. Like, that one I'm still working on, but it's not nowhere near as heavy as it used to be. Like I said, I saw her. I ain't had shit to say. I just kept it pushing. I saw her before she saw me. So I just kept it pushing. But, y'all, this is a Sunday in Mimosa. And I'm going to leave you with a quote. You can't make a person understand you, but you can separate from those who won't respect your boundaries. And the person who said that quote was little old me. All right, babies. I'm your girl, Virgo Garden. If you didn't know that shit, I bet you know that shit now. How to follow me, how to book me, how to get my wonderful, beautiful, amazing products that you all love so much will be down below in the description box. Babies, please forgive. It's very important. It's a huge part of your healing. Okay? But don't ever forget how they did you. Because that's part of setting your boundaries. Love you, babies. Mwah.